So despite all the talk of electric cars and crossovers, there's actually a horsepower war going on in the world of muscle cars. I'm at the 2019 North American International Auto Show, and Ford has just unveiled the most powerful production Mustang they've ever built. This is the 2020 Shelby GT500. Let's take a first look. So Ford has been teasing the GT500 for quite some time, and we finally get to see it here at Detroit. And honestly, it's a car that a lot of Mustang enthusiasts have been waiting for. We haven't seen a GT500 for probably the last 6 years. We've had the GT350, but essentially this is now the top dog of the Mustang lineup. You can see it has its own unique front fascia. What it actually does have is the older front fascia with the older headlight design, its own unique grille opening intake here. Of course, you've got the Shelby snake, or the snake, a cobra emblem in the center there, because this is, again, more of a Shelby performance car. And overall, I like the front end. I actually prefer the look of the previous pre-refreshed front end over the new one, which has the LED headlight options. But overall, what's going on under the hood is probably what you're most concerned about. This has basically the 5.2 liter Voodoo V8 from the GT350. The biggest difference, it now has an Eaton supercharger attached to it, and it's also been switched over from a flat plane crank to a traditional plane crank. So now it makes, Ford is basically saying over 700 horsepower. They didn't have final numbers for us just yet, but they said they will do that when this vehicle does go on sale at a later date. The transmission option is, again, not a manual transmission anymore. This is now a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. It's unique to the GT350. Ford says they went with the dual clutch because of course, the speeds. This thing can shift in like 1 millisecond, which is much quicker than a human could with a manual transmission. And it's also going to be better at keeping cool versus a traditional torque converter automatic. Now, when you look at the side profile, I want to talk about these wheels, because check these out. These are carbon fiber wheels. These are 20-inch carbon fiber wheels. This is part of the carbon fiber track package. They're wrapped in 305/30 series tires, Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2. So of course, this is going to still be a handling, track-focused car, in addition to be able to going really fast in a straight line. From the rest of the side profile, there's a lot of cues here to give off that this is a GT500. Of course, you're going to have the snake emblem here out the fender. You have this very aggressive side skirt over here with that nice racing stripe that goes across. This one also has the racing stripe on the hood. This is a very low to the ground vehicle. So even though Mustangs before have never really been known to be performance cars, the Shelbys have always been able to change that. I really love the carbon fiber rear wing that this one gives you. It actually adds downforce. And of course, the rear has the updated tail lights from the up 2018 up models. And there's a nice quad outlet signature exhaust with some more diffusers over here with the Shelby snake emblem. It's all a really nice, aggressive looking vehicle. And honestly, Ford did a really good job with the design. They made the GT350 even more aggressive with the GT500. But I can't sit in the interior, but let's take a look at some of the changes Ford has made and then talk about when this vehicle goes on sale. So the interior of the GT500, again, has its own unique styling touches to how it kind of differentiate itself. You're going to have a little special plaque there that tells you which vehicle this was produced off the line at. You have these unique Recaro sport bucket seats, which are kind of mixed with Alcantara and leather with the contrasting stitching. You have the latest version of Ford Sync 3 with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then the Shelby gives you its own unique steering wheel there with the flat bottom, with the paddle shifters, with the Alcantara, and then you have a rotary dial shifter here, which is the only Mustang, I believe, to actually have that, although I think the 10-speed and the EcoBoost may have that as well. I'll have to double check that. Overall, the interior, again, isn't going to win any design awards here for best in class quality, but it is on the roomier side versus the Camaro, for example, and Ford has stuffed it with a lot of tech. Now, this all-new GT500 will be going on sale in the spring of 2019, so very soon, with no pricing yet announced. The regular GT350 starts at like around $60,000. I would estimate this is going to be closer to the $80,000 mark, and that's before you factor in those addendums that dealers like to charge. For Redline reviews at the 2019 Detroit International Auto Show, I'm Sofyan Bey.